Hey everyone, Scott Hansen here from NFL Red Zone, and you're watching the Super Fantasy Bros podcast. 1 hour of commercial-free podcasting starts now. Enjoy the show.
All right. As you can see, Matt is not here with us. He actually got placed on the COVID IR list.
Dummy.
He will be out for the next couple of podcasts. He got the Rona, so Matt will be back shortly. But in the meantime, you get the three of us. We get to break down the super weird week in week 9. So we look back at all the madness and sadness from this week and give you guys our thoughts and stats and everything. Also, personally went head-to-head against T-God this week, and both of our teams took a dookie, but T-God squeaked out the win. So tough break for the host here. So if you're trusting any advice this week, I guess you should go with T-God's.
No. We both scored under 100. Neither of us should have won.
Yeah, it was a bad game. Bad game.
And I shat on you in Dynasty, so I guess no one's taking your advice at least this week.
Oh, yeah. Well, my Dynasty team's tanking, bro. It's tanking. We're rebuilding for the future. You got to trust the process. But anyways, in this episode, we got Calm or Chaos, Trust or Bust, some trade targets, preview of this week's Thursday night game, and some trivia at the end. So let's get right into it. Calm or Chaos for the third week in a row. Patrick Mahomes starting off the show. Last 3 weeks, well, first of all, he had 12.44 points this week. His last 3 weeks combined, he has 36.18 points. In week 4, he had more than that alone. At this point, is he benchable? He's averaging like 12 points over the last 3 weeks. What are you doing, Mahomes? Is Calm or Chaos?
It's chaos, but this is like one of them players where you just can't bench because of how high you drafted him. And you just like if you're a guy streaming quarterbacks, you don't really have this difficult option. But Mahomes, like you're starting him just because you drafted him so high, and just hope that one day he becomes regular Mahomes. But it has not been that way at all.
Yeah, if he didn't have the name Patrick Mahomes, he had these numbers, like he's getting benched.
Yeah, what if his name was
2 touchdowns in the past 3 weeks? Like, how do you start that confidently?
How many interceptions does he have? He probably has the same amount, if not more.
He has 2 picks, 1 fumble.
Jeez. Yeah,
Better
it's
off.
just been. Go ahead.
You're better off starting Jackson Mahomes.
Oh, dude.
Stop. Yeah, I was just gonna say. Let me give you an example real quick. Would you start Patrick Mahomes this week against the Raiders, or would you start Carson Wentz versus the Jags?
Oh, I'm starting Wentz.
Bro, like
The fact that that's even considerable right now is absolutely insane. I'd probably still just go Mahomes just because I'd feel so salty if Mahomes snapped and Wentz threw 3 picks or something. And I wouldn't be shocked. But, dude, it's a very viable question right now.
I mean, he's got to bounce back at some point, right?
Yeah, he has to. In a divisional game, this is going to be an important game. You would hope it's going to be this week, but we'll talk about that in our week preview later this week. But Matt Stafford, Calm or Chaos, 15.06 points. His worst game of the season and his worst game since week 5.
I'm so calm.
Yeah, he's still QB2.
Yeah.
He's had 30 in the past 3 games.
Yeah.
Titans defense is just like elite at the moment.
Yeah, the Titans are very weird.
Titans
I
as
don't
a
know
whole,
how
yeah.
they're this good. It's crazy.
They should not be this good.
No, after losing Derrick Henry, how did they beat the Rams? I just don't get it.
Convincingly.
They destroyed the Rams. Well, it was also just like the weird back-to-back picks as well. Definitely had a huge impact, but still insane. But yeah, stay calm with Stafford. Keep rolling him out there. He should be fine. Just monitor. I think he is questionable, so keep an eye on that. Josh Allen, 9.56 points against the Jaguars. 2 interceptions, 264 yards, 5 carries for 50 yards, and lost a fumble. So 3 turnovers.
To Josh Allen.
Chaos.
Josh Allen sacked, fumbled Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen was just too elite against Josh Allen.
But you're calm. It's just weird he can't play so well. He's not playing well against these terrible teams. Like he has the Jets this week. You'd assume it's a bounce back, but like
But is it?
no. I mean, it should be.
But is
It
it?
should be, but is it?
Last week he struggled against the Dolphins until the second half and was terrible this week. But Jets, I don't know. I don't even know
Last
what
time
to
he
say.
played the Jets, he had 16 fantasy points.
I'm still calm.
Oh.
They just like to play to their competition, which never like that seems to be a fault for many good teams.
Yeah, Yeah, I think I'm still staying calm on Josh Allen, though. I mean, you got to keep rolling him out there. He has been a monster this year. Just a very weird, fluky game, 9-6. Like, how does no one score a touchdown in this game? Crazy. Last quarterback here, Joe Burrow, 7.38 points, 282 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. This is his worst game since week 2. He was super consistent until this point. So is this calm or chaos?
At least 23 points in every single game except for 2. I'm staying calm.
Yeah, you're calm.
Yep. I think you have to stay calm. The Browns defense definitely got some key pieces back and looked really good. A very important win for the Browns in general. And the Bengals were coming off a letdown game and then let down again. So a very perfect time for the Bengals bye week to hopefully get Burrow and the whole offense back on track. All right, let's get into some running backs. You got your boy Aaron Jones, 5.3 points, 12 carries for 53 yards, and no catches on 2 targets. It's calm or chaos for Jones.
I mean, there was no Aaron Rodgers, but still, I mean, 2 weeks ago he had 8.9 points. Like, I'm a little nervous. Maybe I'm more nervous than others just because I own him, but I guess you're staying calm. It's still Aaron Jones. It's still the Packers. They're still going to score. They're going to put up points. You got to hope that it's Aaron Jones and not A.J. Dillon.
I'm just blame Aaron Rodgers for this not being there.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Aaron Rodgers had a huge impact on this whole offense. So A.J. Dillon did perform pretty well, but this game was also kind of out of hand for a little while there. So I don't know. I'd write this one off as fluky. I'm staying calm on Aaron Jones. But Mike Davis, 2.8 points, 9 carries for 13 yards, 1 catch on 2 targets for 5 yards. He bounced back last week and now disappeared again.
He's done. What are we waiting for? There's no like second life for him that's about to emerge. Like, it's Cordell Patterson, Kyle Pitts. I don't know why you continue starting Mike Davis. I just think it's done.
I agree.
Yep. Put him in a box, send him floating down the river because he is done.
And he's a guy that we can send to the cemetery and not worry about him reemerging like Tim Patrick.
Would you drop him?
Yes.
No, I'd like to have him on my bench, just in case.
Just hold him as
just
a bench.
In case.
Yeah. I mean, how many games have they played? I think 7 out of 9 or 6 out of 8, something like that. He's had at least 10 points. So like, he had that floor, but in 2 of the last 3, he has less than 3 points. So when the floor disappears, like, there's no upside. He's not going to get you more than 12. So there's no point to start him.
And he probably had more rushing yards than Patterson. Patterson only had 10.
He had
13. Oh my goodness, he had 13. That's insane.
But he just offers so much more. So
Saints' run defense is actually really good, and the Panthers are really good too. But he actually had a decent day against Panthers. So I don't know. Mike Davis, right? He's done. Chaos. Don't start him. Last running back here, Michael Carter, 9.6 points. After the huge games, we knew this was coming, but just to bring it up, 13 carries for 49 yards, and then 1 catch on 2 targets for 37 yards. So big catch there, but still, calm or chaos here for Carter.
I mean, he's a Jet.
Yeah, see, that's the big thing.
You got to know that this is going to happen. Any Jets player can go for whatever 32 points the week before, then get 9. He plays for the Jets. You can't expect him to do great every week.
But if you want to give him like some sort of a pass, you could just say it's because Mike White was out, so there was no one dumping the ball. Josh Johnson wasn't giving him many opportunities.
Yeah, Josh Johnson actually looked low-key pretty good. But yeah, 100%. I think you have to stay calm. He was super involved the last 2 weeks. He still has a pretty solid floor. 9.6 isn't the end of the world, so you're staying calm.
Remember, he's a Jet, though.
Yeah, remember, he's a Jet. It's always going to be a little bit scary starting it. All right, let's get into some wide receivers. We had a handful of wide receivers that struggled this week. Starting at the top, Jamar Chase, 8.9 points, 6 catches on 13 targets, though, for 49 yards, but did lose a fumble. Calm or chaos?
First game under 13 points, calm. Wide receiver 3, calm.
Yeah, never been more calm in my life.
I still think the verdict is out on him, but we'll see after the bye. But
he actually, sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it.
Okay, I just wanted to say this was actually the game where he had the most targets.
Yeah, he's had 9+ targets every game since week 4 except 1.
It was just weird. This was his worst game, but he had the most targets which is 13.
Yeah, he would have had 10 points if he didn't fumble. So first game under 10, he should be fine. Yeah, as you guys already said, first game out of 13. So you're staying 100% calm on Jamar Chase. Tyreek Hill, partner in crime with Patrick Mahomes, only had 7.3 points. Again, high number of targets, 11 targets, but only 4 catches for 37 yards. Is this calm or chaos for Tyreek?
You're calm.
Super calm. Skip.
Yeah, you got to stay calm. The upside is way too big. Unless this happens like 3 or 4 times in a row, then you can really start to panic. But he's been fine even with Mahomes struggles. Mike Williams, first month looked like an elite wide receiver 1, 7.8 points, 2 catches on 5 targets for 58 yards. Calm or chaos here, boys?
It's chaotic.
He's back to boomer bust.
So
100%.
sad. So sad.
So back to boomer bust. 4 of the last 5 games, less than 8 points.
It really sucks. It really sucks to see.
Meanwhile, Keenan has come back to life.
I mean, yeah, Keenan kept the solid floor throughout this entire season, despite Mike Williams really taking over. Keenan's still getting his healthy, pretty much 9 to 12 targets a game. But Mike Williams his targets have fallen off. Any game he's had more than 9 targets, he's been a monster. But then there's 4 games now with 5 or less, and that's when he struggles. So
Herbert seems to be getting these like tight ends, all the tight ends more involved now.
Especially against the Eagles. They're terrible against tight ends.
So
So all 3 of
makes
them
sense.
were good. Yeah.
But I think you're going to keep rolling out Mike Williams, maybe as a flex. But at some point, you may like the trade deadline's probably coming up, like, and you're struggling or like you're on the brink of playoffs or not. Like you just need a guy that has a solid floor, and Mike Williams does not have that. So you may have to trade for someone.
Yeah. He's feeling like the AFC version of Tyler Lockett right now.
I'd still say he's better. Actually, well, as of late, Lockett's been good. So
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that continues to progress. But moving on to the Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb, 4.3 points, and Amari Cooper, 5.7 points. Both only had 2 catches. Cooper got a little bit more yardage there. Is this calm or chaos for both of these guys?
you're calm.
Super calm.
Dak had the worst game of his career.
But still somehow managed to put up 22 points.
Dude, the garbage time, dude. I was so frustrated. I was looking like 5 minutes left. He had like 5 points.
He had like 4 points, dude.
Tyrod
like,
Taylor had more
this
than
works. I know. I was actually like, all right, I might actually have still have a chance. And then Dak just pulls 2 touchdowns to any bull out of his ass. But either way, yeah, you got to stay calm on these guys. Obviously, a weird, fluky game. The Broncos defense showed up bigger than they ever have. So they should be fine moving forward.
They showed the NFL just any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Seriously, this week
whole
was crazy.
Week, underdog week. Some of the bets you could have hit on with parlays for some of these underdogs were nuts, dude.
Some of the bets I would never make ever.
Exactly. Dude, you could have just bet on the Jaguars straight up. I think they were plus 800.
Jesus. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Dude, what a easy cash. But obviously very risky. Either way, Cortland Sutton, 3.9 points, 1 catch for 9 yards on 2 targets and a 2-point conversion. Calm or chaos?
It's chaos.
It's chaos.
It's so chaos, dude. What happened?
It shouldn't be chaos.
Back?
It shouldn't be chaos. Cortland Sutton is like
He's very
really good.
wide receiver.
dumb talented. Like they should be like forcing him the ball, in my opinion.
I agree.
And Noah Fant's not even playing.
I know. Noah Fant's not playing. Dude, he's just not getting any targets right now whatsoever. I just don't understand why they're not even like looking his way. I don't know. You would think he'd be more involved after being so productive a couple weeks ago.
Tim Patrick is just
hanging around.
they love, and I just can never start him because the one time I did, it was his worst performance of the year. So I'm just never gonna start him again.
Maybe you
I
should to
think I
save Sutton.
dropped him in another
Oh my God.
Yeah, please do. I
Save
need Sutton points.
The
Save
last
him for
time,
me.
the last time I started Tim Patrick was like a Thursday night game. I think Sutton did go off.
Do it. Do it again.
Well, I don't want to sacrifice.
Yeah, chaos on Sutton right now. I think you're probably still starting him unless you have other options, but it's really tough right now. Chase Claypool, 7.3 points. He had 3 catches on 5 targets, 30 yards, 13 yards rushing. I think he has less than 10.5 points in the last 3 games since like Juju's been out. So like when you expect it to pick up, it's kind of slowed down. It's just calm or chaos here for Claypool.
Oh, it's chaos. What's up with him?
Yeah.
I don't know. you'd think coming out of the bye, they'd try and like make it a point to get him more involved. But I think Big Ben's candy arm is severely limiting him.
You got like Ray McLeod more involved than him.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he's also been a little banged up throughout some of these games. I know he came out for a little bit this game for a couple plays. He does have some favorable matchups coming up, so maybe he bounces back, but he's really tough to start right now, even as a flex. Just not like he still has the boom potential, but he's been busting way more often. So a couple more wide receivers. Jacoby Myers, 1.8 points, dude. 1 catch, 4 targets, 8 yards. Calmer chaos.
Complete chaos. Complete chaos. Because like he's still not going to get a touchdown. Like even if you do start him and he gets like 8 catches for like 50 yards, you're still not going to get a touchdown.
We'll stop at the 1.
Yeah, like I mean, it's chaos all around.
Yeah, the volume's fallen off. He has less than 12 points in the last 5 games. So he's really hard to like. He's just he feels like Cole Beasley a couple years ago, like very low ceiling flex option.
Yeah.
Tough to trust him. And last one, Jarvis Landry, 4.1 points, 3 catches on 5 targets for 11 yards.
Chaos. I'm just gonna say it. I'd rather have Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Wow.
Why do I not completely disagree with that?
I don't completely disagree with either, just because DPGA has like the upside.
Who the hell is DPGA? Why'd you add an A? Oh.
DPJ.
I did hear an A in there somewhere.
I said like DPGA. I like stuttered on my J. But yeah, Donovan Peoples-Jones has caught a couple bombs the last couple games he's been healthy for. So he obviously has more upside right now. Jarvis Landry does not have more than 10 in the 4 games he's played since that week 1 game where he had 19. So I think better days are still ahead for Landry. But obviously they did not need to throw in this game this past week.
But even the tight ends were involved, or at least Njoku.
Yeah.
3 receptions for 11 yards is so ugly.
So bad.
And that's 1 rush for 0 yards.
That's a very Jarvis Landry stat line, but like it's like a very bad day. Catches for 11 yards. Like he just caught a couple passes at the line of scrimmage, made 1 guy miss, and that was it. Yeah. I still think better days are ahead, but it's very towards chaos right now.
Agreed.
As a Jarvis stan saying that, so it's chaotic.
You need to brush the dust off his jersey.
Yeah, it's hanging in my closet. It's a little dusty. Maybe I'll break it out, give him some juice, give him some life.
All right.
Let's get into trust or bust. Let's start again with the quarterbacks here. Some more positive performances. Matt Ryan, 32.52 points, 343 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and added a rushing touchdown. Trust or bust here for Matty Ice.
I'm still busting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Q?
Low key, though, he has been pretty decent.
He has been solid, but he's still Matt Ryan, who can still like this week he had 32. The week before that he had 8. So like he's still Matt Ryan. He's still like I'm not trusting him. I wouldn't be happy starting him, but I mean like I'll do it if I have to.
He has some favorable matchups coming up, and like their defense isn't that great, so it's like why Matt Ryan was always good in fantasy because he'd always have to come from behind. Yeah. But it's hard to say trust, but he's not a bad streamer.
No, definitely not.
Not at all. Definitely worth being on your bench.
Yeah, but he's not your like weekly starter.
No,
but he could be. But the downside,
you might have some issues if that's.
I'm just looking at his numbers. Like 6 out of 8 games, 19 plus points.
Yeah, over 300 yards passing.
Yeah, over 300 yards passing in 4 games this year. He's going to have to throw every single game. You already know that as a fact. But there are going to be games where he's going to throw up 3 interceptions and get sacked 6 times.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
He's had a game with 3 picks already this year.
Yep. And he fumbles too. He's got a couple fumbles this year too. So yeah, he will fall off here and there, but he's all right. He's a backup quarterback. I trust him as what he is. We know what Matt Ryan is at this point. Carson Wentz, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, he's been pretty hot. 30.18 points, 272 yards, and another 3 touchdowns. Is it finally time to trust him as your 100% starter right now?
Yeah, I'll say it.
QB 10 right now.
QB 10.
Dude, it's actually scary. Like, why is he actually pretty solid? And this was his biggest game. Of course, it's against the Jets, but still.
Yeah, but you want him to produce.
You want him to produce, and his schedule is juicy. Jags this week. Buffalo is obviously not favorable, but then Tampa Bay and Houston, both very beatable in the passing game. And then for the fantasy playoffs, New England, Arizona, Las Vegas. No one you're really
rough,
scared of, but the next few weeks, if you're looking for someone to plug in on a bye and he's somehow still sitting out there on waivers, pick him up.
Up and coming Michael Pittman. Great number one for him.
Pittman's been rock solid, dude. Love
Need
talking about
T.Y.
Michael
back.
Pittman.
Yeah,
T.Y. will also be
imagine
back,
with
too.
Ty back, and I don't know if Paris Campbell out for the season.
Paris Campbell. I'm done with Paris Campbell.
Well, either way, he doesn't even have all
I
his
liked him
weapons
for no
back.
reason.
At least he doesn't have Ty back, so Ty would definitely help him.
Yeah, I do think Paris Campbell is like out for the year though. It's at least a couple months. So, yeah. My last quarterback here, Kirk Cousins, 25.58 points, 187 yards, which is pretty ugly, but he did throw 2 touchdowns and rush for 1. Trust or bust here for Kirky.
I'll never trust Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry. I will never trust him.
Yeah, I think he's a bye week fill-in matchup play.
Yep.
I just can't trust him right now. It's on like a weekly basis. His downs are too far down to really trust him as a consistent starter.
Would you all agree Matt Ryan over him?
No.
Really?
Matt Ryan has less upside, but Matt Ryan's safer right now, in my opinion.
I agree.
Maybe just because I have him, but
Kirk has 3 30-point games. So, like, obviously you look at that and you're happy with it. You could even say 5 games with 25+ points. The 3 games with 15 or less, especially in 5 out of the last 5 games. It's like in matchups where he should be producing 15 points against the Lions, 15 points against Dallas' secondary. Like,
that was prime time though. He's not good prime time.
that's still another downfall to Kirk Cousins right now.
All right, well, who would you rather start, Tannehill or Kirk Cousins? It's not like I have those quarterbacks, but I'm not debating that because I already know who I'm starting. It's just like Tannehill. Apparently, there's a lot of like you take away a lot from that Sunday night game where like he has to throw the ball because his running backs are just not really trustworthy, and AJ Brown is back.
This week, I'd probably still go Kirk right now against the Chargers. But
I'm with Kirk.
I really don't like Tannehill still. I like Tannehill, like in terms of facts that he's going to have to throw. And they somehow got up really big against the Rams because of their defense scoring a touchdown and then also putting them on the 5-yard line. So that obviously hurt his upside for that game. But I don't know. I'm still not fully back in on Tannehill just yet. He hurt me this year. But anyways, let's move on to some running backs that we should be trusting. Start with James Conner, 40.3 points, 21 carries for 96 yards, 5 catches on 5 targets for 77 yards, and 3 total touchdowns. Trust or bust?
As long as Edmonds out, I'm trusting.
Bro, I'm like, the numbers are not lying, bro. I'm trusting. Like,
Touchdown dependent, remember.
That's fine. But he's getting the touchdowns.
That's what I'm saying. They're like guaranteed. So I'll call him touchdown dependent, and if he's guaranteed the touchdowns, which he has been,
especially with Edmonds out, he's going to get this volume. And then the only other guy they have is Eno Benjamin. So like, come on, you can't really be scared of him taking away too much work from him.
And he did this with Colt McCoy as his quarterback.
Yeah, I think that helps with the dump offs rather than Kyler. But in terms of like, and I think that also helps with him being needed to rely upon more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
got to use him more than Colt McCoy's arm. But they still looked good with him. Connor looked explosive. I'm trusting. And I was really down on his rushing because like early in the season he was very bad yards per carry, but the last 4 he's looked really good and efficient when he's getting the ball. So
yeah, Connor was startable. Connor was startable before this injury, so now he's just even more valuable.
Yeah, he was like an RB2, but now he's like easily an RB1 right now, which is weird to say. James Conner is fully back.
Love him.
Nyheim Hines, 20.8 points, 6 carries for 74 yards and a touchdown. Also added 4 catches on 6 targets for 34 yards. He also played 45% of the snaps, the most since he's played in week 3. Trust or bust here for Hines?
Huge bust.
Yeah.
Huge bust. Should I read his points?
Bust. No, beyond bust.
Okay.
He just benefited off of Marlon Mack being a healthy scratch, which could be every week now, but I'm still not trusting him.
No shot. He should. No. Yeah. No. He should only be a cuff. That's the only way he should be on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Handcuff, absolute desperate bye week villain. Like Bart in our league this week. Somehow started Naheem Hines and got 20 points out of him.
He's starting him again this week.
I don't know if I'd start him back-to-back weeks, man. Even against the Jags, it's going to be not pretty. But
it's crazy. See. He did that while Jonathan Taylor had the game that he had too.
I know. Just a huge game all around for the Colts, honestly. I think everybody ate except Mo Alley Cox, of course.
Did Jack Doyle do anything?
I think he got like a 1-yard touchdown.
Oh my God.
So frustrating. Anyways, Melvin Gordon, 17.5 points, 21 carries for 80 yards, and a touchdown, 2 catches for 13 yards. 2 catches on 3 targets for 15 yards. This is his 4th game in a row with 10 points. Trust or bust?
Trust. He was getting so much of the goal line or like inside the 10 work.
Yep. I think that's literally the only difference right now between him and Javonte Williams.
Which is big.
Yeah. He's getting the touchdowns. It's everything. I was looking at their stats. Literally the only difference between their points is 26 points on the season. And Melv has 4 more touchdowns, which is 24 points.
Damn.
So the only difference is pretty much their touchdowns. And he's getting the work inside the red zone. Javonte, the only way he's scoring is if it's like 15, 20 yards out and he breaks one or makes somebody miss and gets all the way into the end zone. So Melv's definitely a little bit safer right now. He's actually number 15 on the season. Got to trust him.
Wow.
Super solid.
Solid RB2 right now. Devonta Freeman, 16.3 points, 58% of the snaps, his highest yet, 13 carries for 79 yards. Also had 2 catches on 3 targets for 4 yards and found the end zone. 3rd game in a row with 11 plus points. Trust or bust?
I never thought we'd come to this, but I might be trusting a little.
I don't
Still
really
feeling bust, but
see, it's hard, bro. Like, I don't want to say that I'm trusting, and I don't want to say that I'm busted. Like it's there's so many running backs there. Yeah, I'll eat. Like, I want to scoop. I want to scoop him. Like, Devonta Freeman's solid.
Do you feel safer with him, starting him, or Naheem Hines?
Oh, 100%
right now,
Devonta Freeman. 100%.
Yeah, I think you have to. But if Latavius Murray's still banged up with his ankle, if he does come back, I do think he gets some of those snaps, just some of those touches, and limits his upside. Freeman has found the end zone 3 weeks in a row, which obviously has contributed to his fantasy points. So if he doesn't find the end zone, don't be shocked if he ends up with 5 or 6 points. But going up against Miami, if Murray is out, you gotta be pretty confident starting him this week as like an RB2 or a bye week fill-in or something. Where am I going? I looked at Devonta Smith that we're going to talk about in a little bit here. Myles Gaskin, 15.7 points. He played 72% of the snaps, his highest for the whole season. 20 carries for only 34 yards. So pretty ugly yards per carry there, but still got the volume, which you like to see. Found the end zone, 6 catches on 6 targets for 23 yards. What is Myles Gaskin? Can you trust him?
Gross. I did not know that was his stat line.
Weirdest stat line I've ever seen.
Rushes for 34 yards. That
is
bad.
A lot of rushes, too.
I wonder how many of those rushes were for negative yards.
Probably a couple.
Like at least 5.
Dude, 26 touches for 57 yards total. 6 of those catches only went for 20 yards.
Ew, that's yards. Bad. That's bad.
And he fumbled.
I'm not trusting. There's no way you could trust that.
He did fumble as well, yeah. Dude, it was a weird game. Obviously, Houston, I think it was only like 23 points scored in the whole game, so 26 maybe. But
so much volume and so not many points. That's like no. I like.
Dude, without a touchdown, that amount of volume was less than 10 points. But he did find the end zone. You can't take touchdowns away.
Can't take him away.
Cannot take him away. Myles Gaskin. Very risky RB2. I'm busting.
Yes.
RB 18 on the season, but that's mainly because he had a 30-point game, I think.
Yeah, 31 points against the Bucks when he snapped. Does have some games above 10, but he also has a lot of games below 8. So very hard to trust. Very boomer bust. Let's get into some wide receivers. Let's keep it moving. Elijah Moore, 27.4 points, 7 catches on 8 targets for 84 yards. found the end zone twice. And he also has 20 targets over the last 3 weeks. Is this trust or bust here for the rookie?
He's climbing his way to trust.
I like him. I think it's trust.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards trust as well. The only thing that's haunting me is that Corey Davis is out. So, like,
I think he might come back this week.
Is he getting more work because Corey Davis is out? He's still only not – he hasn't played more than 60% of the snaps since week 2. So, like, his work has been cut a little bit. So that's the only thing that gives me pause. But as of right now, 20 targets the last 3 weeks. He's finding ways to get open. I think you have to trust him right now, but I'm just a little bit nervous.
I'm a little nervous too, but he's still on the Jets, and they're still going to have to throw a lot. So
Exactly. And I think they got to keep rolling him out there. I mean, he's a rookie. They want to see what he's got. And obviously the Jets are going nowhere, so get him some playing time.
Yes.
Definitely, at least if he's still out there in free agency or something, go pick him up. I think he's worth at least being on your bench at this point. Devonta Smith, 22.6 points. We've been talking about Devonta Smith, like he's going to bounce back eventually. 5 catches on 6 targets for 116 yards and a touchdown. Is this trust or bust here for the Eagles wide receiver?
It's still bust for me.
Yeah, I think it's bust.
It's really hard to trust any Eagle that's not Dallas Goedert or Hurts.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to lean towards trust. I would love to, obviously, as an Eagles fan. But the volume hasn't been consistent. There's been a couple of games where he just kind of falls and disappears out of the offense. I just want to see a little bit more consistency.
The week before this, he had 1 catch for 15 yards. That's it.
Yep, on only 3 targets.
on 3 targets.
Week before that, 9 targets, 11 points. Pretty solid week. And then the week before that, 4 targets, 5 points. Like, disappeared again. So he's got 4 games with 6 or fewer points. And then, like, I think 5 games with more than 11. So, like, again, another very boomer bust flex play. He's got the upside. We know he's got the talent, but it's not going to show up every week with this Eagles offense. So hard to trust. He's nothing more than a boomer bust flex.
Yep.
Sadly. Very sadly.
And he wasn't really that good in college or anything, so, like, wasn't expecting much.
Olamide Zacchaeus, not 100% sure how to pronounce that, but 20.8 points, 3 catches on 3 targets for 58 yards, found the end zone twice. Trust or bust here for Olamide?
Bust. I think it's going to be him or Gage. This could have been Gage, but
Gage did eat this week, didn't he? I think they both ate. Well, he didn't eat, but he had 7 for 64 on 8 targets, 13 points. So Gage
love
was
that.
right.
But, like, Olamide only had 3 targets.
Yeah, 3 targets, has no more than 4 targets since week 3. His snap share was almost gone by week 7. This was 49% this week.
No, this was
still kind of falling out of the offense. Fluky. 2 touchdowns on 3 targets. Not going to happen every week.
No.
Big bust for me.
Big bust. Russell Gage, please
find some consistency.
Seriously, I had so many high hopes for him.
Dude, driving me nuts with, like, the zeros. And then somehow becoming relevant again. I keep starting him and he sucks, and then I bench him and he gets a solid game.
You got to see it through.
On my bench. I got to see it through. All right, Darnell Mooney had a nice solid game here. 3 catches for 41 yards on 6 targets and found the end zone there. And then he also had a 15-yard rush for a touchdown as well. Trust or bust here for Mooney?
It's another rough one.
It's super rough.
Bust.
Yeah,
I'll agree. Like Devonta Smith for me. They're honestly very similar.
I'll say, like, Justin Fields looked the best he did all season, so that could be giving some upside towards Mooney. But I might just be pulling hairs here, just trying to give him a case to be consistent or good or trustable.
You could see snap share, Sean?
Yeah.
Can I see Allen Robinson's?
Robinson snap share?
Mm-hmm.
He just was not getting the ball.
No, he hasn't been all season, but I'm really curious to see if he's, like, playing like 100% of snaps.
Pretty close. This week he had 77. He had 80 last week, and the weeks before that he had 94 and 92. So
insane.
They did take away like a 20-yard catch from them this week. I saw I think he had a nice catch on the sideline, and then there was like a holding penalty. But still, that would have got him, 12 points instead of 10. There's just no touchdowns. He has 1 touchdown all year. What you need from Allen Robinson is that goal line work, those goal line fades. He's a big wide receiver you got to throw it up to, and they just don't do it in the red zone. So
needs Nick Foles. It's okay. Only like 7 or so more games left, and he'll be on a new team, probably.
Hopefully
for sure.
Imagine the league is better when Allen Robinson is good.
Like imagine him with like a good quarterback. That's like an average quarterback.
Yeah, you would definitely love to see it. Yeah, Mooney again, just boomer bust flex.
Yep.
Brandon Ayuk, is he back? 18.7 points, 6 catches on 8 targets for 89 yards. Found the end zone, but did lose a fumble. Trust or bust here for Ayuk?
Bust.
Still a bust, but definitely headed in the right direction, and you love to see it because we were wondering where this man was all season.
Yep. 15 targets the last 2 weeks, 10 plus points in each of the last 2 weeks. Hopefully this is a trend that's continuing back to relevancy. He's got the talent. You just want to see it all get put together again.
I would consider starting him this week.
I'd put him on my bench. I don't know if I'd start him yet. I want to see it a little bit more. Depends on how desperate I am. Who's starting him over? So you have Cortland Sutton.
That's hard. I think I might start Ayuk just for fun. He's been on the right trend.
I have Cortland Sutton. I might start Rashad Bateman over him. So I definitely get you
I was
there.
just about to say Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman or Ayuk. That one's tough too. I think Ayuk has more upside, but Bateman's been getting consistent volume too. I don't know. I have to finish my ranks. I'll answer you.
Definitely need the ranks
for the Friday podcast. All right, 2 more wide receivers to get through. Tim Patrick, 18.5 points, 4 catches on 5 targets for 85 yards. Found the end zone. The guy that just does not go away. Trust or bust here for Tim?
Still a bust for me. I mean, like, sure, this week he had a good game, 18.5, but the past 2 weeks, 3.6, 9.4. I mean, boomer bust, slight.
He's just like, it's like bust or nice
like,
floor.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to take back the boom part because none of them are really booms, but
it's actually his biggest boom all year.
Yeah, but no, I'm not trusting him.
He only played 62% of the snaps, the lowest all season. So I'm not trusting Tim Patrick right now at all. With Jerry Jeudy back, Noah Fant coming back as well, and Sutton still playing more of the snaps, even though he's not doing much with them.
And both the running backs doing all right.
Yep, exactly. If the run game's working too, it's just he's not going to be relevant. He had a really nice touchdown catch, though. Got to respect it.
Yep.
Last one, Christian Kirk, 16.42 points, 6 catches on 6 targets for 91 yards. Trust or bust here for Christian Kirk?
I'm going to say bust only because AJ Green was out and D-Hop was out.
I'm still trusting.
I
definitely played the most snaps he's played all year, but dude, he's a pretty solid flex right now.
He is. I think I might trust him out of all the people that we've named. I might trust him the most.
I think I would as well over Devonta Smith, over all these guys. I don't think there's one guy we've talked about that I would be like, all right, I'm more confident in them over Christian Kirk.
I maybe say Mooney.
Whoa, you're wild. That's
big
not who I thought you would say.
I thought you were going to say Devonta Smith.
No.
Wow. Interesting. Either way, Christian Kirk, he's wide receiver 23 on the season. He's not getting the most volume, but he has the big playability, so he could blow up any week. You might still get some of those lower games, but I mean, outside of one game, he's had at least 8.6. So he's had a pretty decent floor throughout the season as well, which has been helpful. So Christian Kirk, flex play. But let's get on to a couple tight ends before we get into our trade targets. So Pat Friarmuth, 21.3 points. Q, I bring it up every time we talk about him because you called
Rightfully
it.
So.
5 catches on 6 targets for 43 yards. Found the end zone twice this week. Trust or bust?
2 touchdowns, hard to trust, but I'm still trusting him.
Can't take away the touchdowns.
I mean,
trusting as well.
You guys know what happens when we trust Steelers pass catchers. The whole time we've ever been doing this pod was, I guarantee you, the team that we talked about the most was probably the Steelers pass catchers.
Oh, yeah. Then the Browns.
Then the Browns pass catchers. Then after
Yep.
that, it was Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, I'm still trusting though. I mean, 20 targets over the last 3 weeks as a tight end. You really can't complain about the volume, especially at a position that's has a severe lack of volume. So
yeah,
you should still have a pretty decent floor.
Ebron really went out on his career, just fucking Gator over and never play in the next season.
Poor Gator.
Fucked a lot of fantasy owners over that game. I'm sure of it. Cole Kmet, 14.7 points, 6 catches on 8 targets, 87 yards, and he has 5+ targets in 4 straight games. Trust or bust here?
Did Jimmy Graham score a touchdown? I think he did.
I think he did as well.
This was his first game.
He did.
His first double-digit game. Not trusting.
Yeah, I'm not trusting. I remember last year there was a period where I was thinking I thought that maybe he was on the come up, but he wasn't. And then they kept Jimmy Graham.
He's trending that way, but I just think this passing offense is so bad. Like they can't make Allen Robinson produce. How are they going to make a tight end produce consistently?
Who's going to get the first touchdown this year, Kmet or Myers?
Well, I'm going Kmet.
Me too.
Yeah, I'll go.
I have no
Me
faith
too.
Myers ever touches the end
Me
zone.
neither.
Still bust though.
Yeah, still bust 100%.
Next one here, Jeff Swam. I don't know exactly how to pronounce his name either, dude. 12.9 points, 4 catches on 4 targets, 29 yards, found the end zone. I think in back-to-back games, he's pretty much had the exact same stat line with like 4 catches, 20-some yards, and a touchdown. Trust or bust?
Bust. Big bust.
I didn't even know what team he was on for until like a second ago.
Titans.
Gross.
His snap shares increased a little bit. He's kind of taken over Ferkser, it seems like, for the pass catching duties, but definitely not trustable yet for me.
No shot.
Bust. Big bust. Last one, Dan Arnold, 10 points, 4 catches on 7 targets for 60 yards. He has 10+ points in 3 of the last 4. Trust or bust?
Trust. I think he's been their best receiver the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm trusting. The target share is massive since he's become a Jaguar. Target share has been there and been there really solid. So I'm trusting him as a tight end right now.
I forgot.
Low key trusting too, but the no touchdowns is still a little concerning for me.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just happy he's producing without the touchdowns right now because they'll eventually come.
You would think.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, he's top 12.
No, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah.
What?
He's the
He's on the
Jaguars
Jags.
tight end. He got traded halfway through.
He was on the Panthers.
No. Since when?
Like week
I think
2.
since week
I
5.
think. Oh.
God damn it! Now I got
Maybe it was a little earlier. Might have been week 4.
That might be worse.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence might be worse.
It might be worse.
But he has been better with him. And dude, 30 targets over the last 4 games as a tight end. It feels like he's trending in the right direction. So
yeah,
I think he's trustable for now.
I like him.
Yep. All right, let's get into our trade targets. I'll start us off. We're going to do some buy low and sell high. Come on. Easiest buy low right now has to be Patrick Mahomes. 3 straight games of struggles. If there's a team in your league that's really just frustrated with them and you're looking to buy low on a quarterback, this is probably the lowest Patrick Mahomes value will be in a while. You got to think he's going to bounce back sooner rather than later. He's still got the weapons. His team has been in a bit of a slump, but he's still Patrick Mahomes. He's still former MVP, Super Bowl winner. I'm trusting him to get back to that elite level status. So I'm buying low on Patrick Mahomes right now.
Imagine seeing Patrick Mahomes in your trade inbox and just not being excited because that's what it is right now.
Yeah, super weird.
But if you're streaming quarterbacks, then definitely I would consider taking that offer for Patrick Mahomes.
I'm selling high on Tim Patrick. If you can get anything for Tim Patrick right now, I would do it. I think this is the last really solid game he's going to have all season.
No, don't say that.
Unless Judy or Sutton end up getting injured again. I think he's the 3rd wide receiver on a team that really doesn't throw that much. Plus, they have Noah Fant, like we already said, the 2 wide receivers. If you can get anything of value for Tim Patrick that you might be able to start, I'd do it, and I'd do it now. Trade him away. T-Gots, buy low, sell high. What do you got?
Buy low. Antonio Brown. Some people may have forgotten about him. He hasn't played in a few weeks.
Okay.
But when he's on the field, I mean, the 4 full games that he's played, he's had 7, 11, 8, and 13 targets. He's seeing the ball even with all the great receivers there. Super useful, but he's, he's been hurt for a little bit. Maybe someone's in a must-win situation. Just go get AB from him, which is what I would do. AB is super, super good. Definitely like a great flex. He's a wide receiver too. Like
Could be a league winner if you make the playoffs.
100% could be a league winner. He's missed 2-3 weeks now. He's still wide receiver 35. So like he's good. He's very good. We all know Antonio Brown. Sell high. I'm sorry, but it's Friarmuth. We just talked about it. We always talk about Steelers pass catchers. Like they're always like, super good then super bad. We never know like what's gonna happen. And if you can trade Friarmuth for like someone that's like scared of Pitts or something, like I would do that. I would get Pitts. I think Pitts truly has more upside.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I mean Friarmuth definitely has some value right now. I would try and get what you can for him.
Yeah, I would do it for Gesicki as well.
Oh my God,
Gesicki's the last couple weeks. Last couple weeks, I think he had less than 10. He had like 9 points. So maybe someone that's a little down on him.
Pretty sure he had like a crazy catch last week. I forget.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He had like a one-hand grab, and it was so nice.
He's got the upside. But I agree. I agree with both of those guys. Q, wrap it up.
Keep it quick. Buy low, DJ Moore. That the whole Panthers offense has been putrid, especially starting with Sam Darnold. But the upside is that he's still getting. Out. Oh yeah, so
a few weeks.
Good. Hopefully the rest of the season. He's at least seeing at least 7 targets for since the beginning of the season, and he's not really competing with anybody. Robbie Anderson is this Mr. Donut. The upcoming schedule is pretty easy. Cardinals, Washington, Dolphins, and Falcons and Bucks. So he could definitely, PJ Walker definitely revive the remainder of the season. And so high is going to be James Conner. Yes, he is probably going to. I mean, we're all on high on him right now, but I want to see with Kyler Murray back and DeAndre Hopkins back. But I just can't go against me saying that he's going to score touchdowns guaranteed. So, but that game, I don't think he's scoring 40 anywhere close to 40 or 30 regularly.
Yeah, I completely agree. There's probably some people that are really high on James Conner right now. So, who's someone you would probably try and get and sell high on James Conner? Maybe a guy like Darrell Henderson. Who would you rather have?
Easily taking Darrell Henderson, even with the injury potential.
Fournette, maybe.
Yes.
Mitchell.
I'm taking all those guys over.
I wouldn't do it for Mitchell.
I think I do.
That one's closest, the closest, but I might take all of them over James Conner.
Yeah, interesting. All right. That's a wrap for the trade targets. Let's do our Thursday Night Football preview and get into some trivia. Ravens at the Dolphins. Lamar looked awesome last week. Top 5 for sure against the Dolphins, right?
100%.
I got him at number 1, so lock him in. You're starting Lamar Jackson. But it is Thursday, but I still think his legs will give him a very solid game no matter what. Devonta Freeman, we just talked about him a little bit. Where would you rank him this week? Low end RB2? Where do you have him? I personally have him at 25, so right on the cusp of being an RB2.
I can't find him.
Right below Antonio Gibson.
I didn't do my ranks yet, but I'm going to put him right at 24 just because you put him at 25.
All right.
RB2.
I put him at a 35.
Oh, my God. Q hates Freeman.
You hate.
You can't trust him.
He's playing Miami Thursday, short week. Murray still might not be back. I ranked him in with the mindset that Murray will be out. If Murray plays, I'd move him down. But yeah. How did you rank Hollywood and Bateman? Hollywood still got to be top like 2015, right?
Yeah, I've got Hollywood at 14 and
Me
Bateman at 40.
Got Bateman at 36. Love me some Bateman right now as a flex
option.
I bet
you do because you're trying to make yourself believe that you love him.
I have Sutton at 31. I might have to move Bateman over him just so I start him. I'd have to push him up a little high, though. That's a little too high. Obviously, Mark Andrews locked in top 5. We know that. Tua's back. Is he a possible start this week?
I have him at 16. I don't.
Ravens D stinks.
Does stink.
They really are not that good this year. But yeah.
Starting Tua?
I got him at 16 though.
Tua or Teddy against the Eagles?
Tua.
100% Tua.
Tua. Yeah, Tua. I think I'd start Matt Ryan over him though at Dallas.
Ooh, I would too. Yes. That's juicy. That's a juicy Matt Ryan start.
A little bit safer. Tua's still banged up, and I don't even know if he's going to start. It might still be a Brissett game, so that's the only thing that would give me some pause on starting Tua. Gaskin, we talked about him. Is he going to be legit? Is he inconsistent? Is he top 20? What is Myles Gaskin?
I have him at 19, so yes, top 20.
Oh my God, Q, you love him.
I want to believe that he's good.
Got him at 23, so still low end RB2, but that's just because running backs are shallow.
And because his volume. His volume. You love volume. We all love volume, but
love me some volume.
Just to be good with volume because he hasn't been.
But like, he's not good with volume. Like, it's so weird. I don't get it.
He's better with he's like Lamar Miller. Like when you give him like 12 to 15 touches, he'll do a lot.
He'll make the most of it.
Yeah, but when you give him all that volume, he cannot handle that workload. And then Jalen Waddle, he has been rock solid. Is he a legit top 25 play every week?
I have him at 24.
I'd say so.
Yeah, I have him at 24 as well.
Oh, I got him at 24. Yeah,
almost ranked him over D-Hop, who I have at 23.
Oh my God, why do you have D-Hop so low? Because of the injury?
He's 50%.
Yeah, I got him at 19.
Why do you have him so low? That's low.
Lower than higher than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Jalen Waddle, dude, I'm fully trusting him right now. I mean, he's had a couple down games, but the volume has been super steady. Like we just mentioned, we love volume. He's getting fed, and Devontae Parker's now on IR again, so he's going to get fed. Go out and get him if you need a flex right now. Gesicki, 2 okay weeks the last couple of weeks, as I mentioned already. Is he still a top 8 play for you?
I have him at 6.
Yeah, I still think he's a top 8 play every week, even without like the upside the past couple of weeks. I got him at 6 as well.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is, I think.
Yeah, I agree. He's going to get his. All right, let's pick this one. Ravens at the Dolphins. Who you got?
The Ravens.
Ravens.
Dude, give me the Ravens. Yeah, give me the Ravens.
It is in Miami.
I'm going to guess that Matt's picking the Ravens as well.
I don't know. COVID might get to his brain.
Yeah.
Should we have leaked that he has COVID?
I don't know.
I mean, we mentioned
is that HIPAA?
So.
Hopefully not.
All right. Either way, Q, let's do some trivia before we get out of here. What do you got for us?
Okay. We've got 3 questions for you.
This is my least favorite part of every single podcast.
Well, this is the week that you
This is bounce back.
emerge.
It's never a bounce back, but go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay, this is a multiple choice question, so fair game. So, who was the last quarterback before Mac Jones to start 4-0 on the road their rookie season? The options are Kyler Murray, Ben Roethlisberger, Dak Prescott, or Peyton Manning. The last quarterback since Mac Jones to start 4-0 on the road.
4-0 on the road?
In the rookie season.
Give me those again. Kyler Murray, Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, and who?
Dak Prescott.
Dak. No way. This is a hard one. A really hard one. All right. I'm going with this guy.
I went with a guy too.
Hope you didn't go with a girl.
I didn't.
Oh, can't assume. We have answers?
We have answers.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's not Kyler Murray.
Okay.
It's not Ben Roethlisberger.
Crap. That's who I put.
And it's not Peyton Manning. Ooh. It's Dak Prescott.
I knew it. I knew you were trying to give me one. You asked that question because I have Dak. I knew it.
I also saw it earlier this week, and I thought it was a good one.
Darn. I really thought it was like, I didn't think it was Dak for some reason. I knew it wasn't Kyler. They lost a lot of games. I think they won 3 games this rookie year.
Yeah, that's when I hated him. I'm like, he's not that good.
Yeah.
All right. Next question here. This running back is currently RB11 on the season, but has had 4 games of 10 or less and only 3 above 17. Sorry.
3 above 17, 4 games of 10 or less.
And he's currently RB11.
RB11 on the season.
I have someone in mind, but I don't think he's 11 right now.
11?
Would you consider that high?
That's high.
That's
Melvin Gordon's
RB1.
15.
And I think he was RB8 before Monday night games.
Has he had his bye? Or is that too much of a clue?
Too much of a clue. Too much of a clue.
Yeah.
All right.
You literally just said he had.
I could have said has or has not.
Wait, he was 8 coming into this week?
I think so.
He's 11 right now. Dude, I hate this question. 11?
11.
All right. I'm just going to write somebody. I don't know. I think I'm off. Shit. All right. I'm ready.
Let me see what you both have. Oh. Jones. Wait, who's Jones?
Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones, Darrell Henderson. It is James Conner.
How did he go down?
How was he RB11? Oh, he
How
went
did
down
he go
after
from 8
Monday
to
Night
11
Football.
after he... That's who I wanted to put, and then I was like, it could have been Aaron Jones. He had a really bad week. But James Conner did not have a very bad week.
I guess if I said he finished RB1 on the week, that would have gave it away.
That definitely would have given it away, but I just...
Yeah.
Bro, wait, how...
I don't know how he went down either.
How did he go down? How did he go from 8 to 11?
I don't know if he was 8. That's why I didn't add that, but he is 11 right now.
Fluke.
All right, so of course I have to give you a little long one because the last question.
The one that confuses my brain.
No, it's not confusing because I worded it perfectly. All right, I'm reading it. Jacoby Myers has caught 130 passes as a pro, and none of them have gone for touchdowns. And that's 19 consecutive games he's caught a pass without scoring. Who is the only active wide receiver who has played for the Patriots? Doesn't play for them right now. Who is the only active wide receiver in the league right now who's had a longer streak during his career? After the Patriots, he went to an NFC North team. He's currently injured on. I might not, if I say it, it's going to give it away.
Well, don't tell me what team he's on.
He's currently on an AFC
team.
Yeah, the streak was on the NFC team, which is where he was after the Patriots. This is where he had the streak. But he's currently on an AFC South team. I need to look at the AFC South. So
AFC South is with the Texans.
Okay. Yeah, AFC South. But he did it on the NFC North team. I'm just telling you where he currently plays, where he was when he had the streak, but he also played for the Patriots. So there's a relation because Jacoby Myers is on the Patriots. I could tell you the team he was on or the team he's on now. I'll tell you the team.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
I shouldn't give you the team he was on when he did it.
No.
Oh, the team that he was on when he did it?
Yeah.
I mean, we know it's NFC North, so that's 4 teams. I mean, I think that's enough.
Just think about a receiver that went from the Patriots to an NFC North team.
Oh my god!
Now he's in the AFC South.
Wait, no. Oh fuck.
I think T-Odds might have it.
No, there's two.
What, dude?
It was 2019-2020 is the year that he was on this team.
Oh, I'm so wrong, dude.
Dude, what? Who?
Are you sure you don't want me to give you the team?
No.
Let me think.
Bro.
Got it. No, it can't be. Can it be? It can't be.
There's 2 that I'm thinking of.
It can't be.
I wish I knew the 2 you were thinking of.
It can't be, but I'm writing it, but it can't be.
Bro, if it's the other one that I'm thinking of, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be so pissed.
Trying to give hints to help
I had
you.
2, but I think I have 1. I think based on the clues, I think I figured out who it is, but I still can't believe that this is true if it is.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to.
Oh my god. Well, let me see what you put. Danny Amendola and
if it's Chris Hogan, I'm going to be so upset.
Marvin Jones.
Was it Marvin Jones?
It is Danny Amendola.
I snapped.
Marvin Jones wasn't on the Patriots. Why did I write him?
He went to the Lions, and now he's currently on the Texans. He's hurt, though.
Shit. I should have known that. I didn't even think of Danny Amendola.
He did it 27 games in a row.
And I was like, Brandon Cooks, he's in the AFC South.
I thought it was
Well,
Chris
it is.
Hogan.
But then you said 2019, and that threw Brandon Cooks out the window.
27 games without a touchdown. He caught a ball.
Damn. I was terrible. I got no points. So you
All
guys
right,
got
I'm only
2.
10 behind Sean now. Let's go.
Said I was going to body this trivia. I failed.
I wonder how many behind Matt.
5.
Okay.
Oh, you got it.
Well,
I'll
you're gonna
put
catch
50.
Matt in
I'll
this
put
one.
like 6 questions in the next pod. All that favor you.
Oh my God, bet.
Well, Matt is on IR. Hopefully he's back soon and feeling better. But that's it for the Week 9 recap. We'll be back on Friday with our Week 10 preview. So make sure you're following us here on Twitch if you're watching. Throw us a sub on YouTube as well. If you want to just listen to the audio version while you're traveling or whatever, Spotify, Apple, Anchor, wherever you get your podcast, we are there. You can follow us on Twitter, Super FB Podcast, or Instagram at Super Fantasy Podcast. We're also on TikTok, Super Fantasy Bros. Pretty much every platform. If you look us up, you'll find us somewhere or some way. We will see you guys Friday. Peace.